So I finally made it back to the land, and this is what went down. So here we are at the land. There's where the well is. And the grass is very tall. And there's lots of medicine. There's some chicory, alfalfa, clover. This is where we meet up at the land to start out before we do anything and give thanks. It's just overwhelming, number one, just stepping into the land when the grasses, some of them are up to your armpits, and it's just a huge open field. And we truck our way over in a Subaru to the side where the food is grown. Our mouths were basically just open in overwhelm. The sun was beating down. It was in the 90s with an extreme heat warning and also an air advisory because of the fires going on in Canada right now. So we just knew realistically we wouldn't be able to get much done. But our vision was to go water. We go look at the water tank, and when the guys set it up, they didn't put a cover on it. And so we have this full water tank, but it's red. And I'm like, why is the water red? So I walk over and look in, and there's one or more creatures dead inside. So with the extreme heat and that water baking in a plastic container, that water is not usable. So we had to accept that because we didn't know where the hose was hidden in the field of tall grass, we weren't going to be able to water. We just had to do what we could and get out of the sun. We weeded. The weeds, some of them are 3 feet tall. And there are so many of them to the point where you can't even see the plants at all. So we just did the best that we could in the time we had, and just took a section and pulled what we could. And I pulled out one of the garlics. I'll show you. I just pulled up a garlic to see how they're doing. We still got a few weeks, but it's happening very soon. Yeah, the way we kind of ground when we first go to the land is we have a fire pit. Before we do any work, we check in with each other and see how we're arriving and kind of notice things on the land just to kind of slow down, coming from the city and the pressure into such an open, expansive space that also feels, a little bit of pressure to it as well. It's nice to just slow down and reflect. And honestly, I think I really just needed that time to be out in the open air like that. But the heat beating down on top of us really made us feel like, all right, check in, let's get to work. And there were some positive things. The corn that had been all munched by the deer, it was cool to see that little sprouts are coming through from where it was bitten. Not really sure that it will still make it because it's too late in the season, but it was just cool to be reminded of the resiliency in nature. Nature doesn't get caught up in the mind and in the monkey mind and the rat race. Nature just grows. And when it's time for it to freeze and everything dies off, it just surrenders to that. So that was a pleasant thing to see. Also, underneath a bunch of the weeds, I realized the tomatoes were thriving. I'm not sure how they'll continue to thrive with this extreme heat if they are not watered soon, but again, it's like a surrender. I can only do so much. I quickly tried to prune and harvest, but I was getting pretty lightheaded, and the person I was out there with, my beautiful friend, was already in the car. When I say there's weeds everywhere, this is what I mean. up high. So this is a tomato plant here. Ooh. And then it's surrounded by weeds. It needs to be, need some stakes to hold them up. But here's another tomato plant here. These are all weeds everywhere. Everywhere you look. Then here, there's a little pepper plant there. More tomatoes. More tomatoes. More tomatoes. More tomatoes. That's insane. Oh, squash. Cool. Watermelons are over here. It's hard for them to grow with all this stuff. We have onions here. There's some really big squash over here. I think it's like a maze. Yeah, these are getting big. Wow. That's crazy. We really had to just like watch our bodies. I felt like I was starting to see little black dots, and I was like, okay, you know, I'm just gonna do a couple more things, try to like make sure there's some space for some of these plants to come up. I did throw down a row of carrot seeds and a row of, I think, turnip seeds, just cause I'm extra and I just wanted to get things in the ground, but without water, not sure if they'll make it. Next is go back again once the weather drops down into the 80s. There's a chance of rain this week, so it's not 100% chance, but there's a chance, and I'm really praying that that rain comes through. So all of our plants have a chance, and it was really beautiful to see a bunch of the squash was large and peeking through the weeds. And yeah, next steps is figure out how to get that huge, heavy, disgusting water container moved and get some help weeding, calling some friends. And I also plan to bring, there's this group of women that really supported me when I lost my mom, and I want to go out there with them and just kind of touch in together, share some food, and just have a day on the land that's not feeling like pressure on me, pressure on a project, pressure to get anything done, just being with the land and like sharing food. So I'll keep you posted. Otherwise, today was kind of a dud. Sometimes after I go to the land, I just feel like deflated. And my apartment's so hot and the air quality is so bad. My house smells like bonfire right now. And I just didn't get a lot done today. So I'm gonna try again tomorrow. But just wanted to do the update because I said I would. Much love.